let's have Stefano Virgilli. Please take the stage.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I'm Stefano Virgilli, I'm Italian, I live in Singapore, and I'm really happy with the guys from Trescon because they keep inviting me to the conferences, though they know exactly what I'm going to talk about. And it's great because you hear one side, and you also hear the other side. Like, for instance, the speaker before me comes in and says that M-Pesa is a great case where they reduce the cost of the transaction from 9% to 2.5%. Try to Google, now, Google, M-Pesa scam. Google it now. Because you will find more articles about how Kenyan scam other people with M-Pesa than how they save the money. Very easy. There is no central authority to verify. And then they put up the picture of the old bankers. That bank is old, so what? It's safe. Guess what? If I send you money, I get your bank account wrong, they reverse the transaction, they give me my money back. On blockchain, you can't do that, right? So here's the other side of the story. I'm the old guy. I'm 41 years old this year. So I bring the other side of the story. I am old. I'm fine being old because I know that there is certainty in being old sometimes. So the presentation I'm going to bring today wants to be provocative. I want to bring upside things. Wake up, guys. If you lost 90% last year, don't tell me it's a bear market. Don't tell me it's a bear market. It's a game over. If you lose 90% in any industry, but it's not an industry. Blockchain is not an industry. That's why everyone say, I'm in the space. They don't say, I'm in the industry. If it's industry, it makes money. And if it makes money, Google goes in. Guess why? After 10 years of blockchain, Google has Google Cloud. They don't have Google Blockchain. Why? Because blockchain doesn't make money. I've been invited to 50 conferences last year. I heard more than 300 pitches last year. And in 300 pitches, every time I hear someone going on stage and say things like, we're going to cut the middleman, sorry, it doesn't work. You cut the middleman, nobody makes money. Then is no business. You see the major contradiction with blockchain. Everyone wants to have this concept of decentralized, no central authority, distributed, and all the rest. Then the speaker before me, the one before, goes up and say, the gentleman here, he say, the government has to come in. Central identity. Well, then we centralize or we decentralize. If we want to decentralize and we want to cut the middleman, then there is no money in the business to be made. Then you go to the investor and you say, I want money to fund my business where I don't have a business model. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. You heard the investors before. So I'm very agnostic. Blockchain, no blockchain, it doesn't matter. Do you make money? Then go and talk to the investor. You don't make money? Sorry, they will not invest. I read last week they say 1.3% of all ICO in the history of mankind is still up and running. 98.7% failure rate. Would you invest? In Singapore, one restaurant in two closes shop within 5 years, and still they open a restaurant. Imagine if 98.7% of the restaurant closed. Would you open a restaurant? Would you make any investment? Every time I get off the stage, an investor comes and says, hey, last year I lost this much. How can we make it better? So I have some suggestions on how to make it better. I'm not here just to destroy everything. I'm here to bring some ideas. And I say, the X who killed the bull and the bear, because I'm so tired of hearing people say, it's a bear market, it's a bull market. It's neither one nor the other. It's neither one nor the other. But first, a disclaimer, I am not a lawyer. And the emphasis is on the word not. I am not a lawyer. Anything I say comes from my common sense. I might be right, I might be wrong. Don't take it like it's a law. Number two, I'm not a financial advisor. The emphasis is on not a financial advisor. So anything I say, you take it, you leave it, it doesn't matter to me. But you see, when you see memes like this one going around, I told him to buy Bitcoin and he said that his financial advisor advised him not to. Guess what? He was right. He was right. The financial advisor was right. The banker was right. Right? After you lose 90%, how can you go up and see? We got a Lambo, right? Another disclaimer, I'm using pictures from the internet. It's for fair use. The key word here is fair. Just to recap, the past, the present, the future. 2017, the bull, everyone's so rich, excited, making a lot of money. But Cindy said it well before. She said, it's like striking the lottery. I had a conversation with a gentleman in Singapore. He said, I was brave, I took all my savings, I put them in cryptocurrency, I made a lot of money. Like you, other people have done exactly the same things that you have done, and they lost all the money. So you don't tell me that that was the wise thing to do. You just got luckier than another one. Because you put it on that coin that made the money and not the coin that lost the money. Because you put it 1 week before or 1 week after. Then 2018, the year of the bear, where everyone is, hodl, bro, hodl, yeah, hodl, we are all in the same, yeah, we have to advocate for cryptocurrency and blockchain, yeah, we have this community, we are in the space, carry on losing every day for 1 year in a row, and pretend that we are still strong. Come on. In my country, they call it reality check. Reality check. One thing is to dream, one thing is to pay the bill at the end of the month. Very different concept, very different concept. 2019, the crypto elephant in the room. The crypto elephant in the room is the STO, because I was one of those that 7 months ago was on stage around the world saying, keep an eye on STO, keep an eye on STO, keep an eye on STO. I kept an eye on STO, nothing happened. Right? Have you invested in STO? Have you invested in STO? Where are you? Yeah, but we've been talking about it for 7 months now. Nobody has invested in STO. To me, it's like describing a unicorn. It doesn't exist. Everyone talks about it. Everyone has a picture of the unicorn. You can put it everywhere you want. You can remove the label from your ICO and call it STO today, but still you can't do it. It doesn't exist. STO doesn't exist. In fact, if you notice, depends on who you follow on LinkedIn, you see that already someone has already peeled off the sticker STO and put another sticker on it, which is DSO, Digital Security Offering. And then there will be another one, and another one, and another one. And guess what? None of them works. Because the assumption, the foundation, the underpinning foundation is completely wrong. ICO was just created to sell securities to non-qualified investors. They invested in something that they did not understand. They lost a lot of money, and someone got away with the money. The others lost the money. A bear market, and that's why I'm so skeptical about those that are using the word bear, is that the bear market, according to the definition, talks about share prices. It's applicable to stock market. And so if you take a terminology from stock market and you apply it to cryptocurrencies and tokens, you're telling me that they are shares. And so if they are shares, every token is a security. And the SEC is perfectly right to label it that way. All tokens are security. So are cryptocurrency a form of investment? Are ICO tokens a form of investment? You ask me, I say, well, it depends what you plan to do with it. Because I've seen dozens, hundreds of those guys going on stage and say, we are building an ecosystem to solve a problem in this $10 trillion industry where you will be able to take your utility token and participate in the ecosystem. Utility, put your hand up if you bought any utility token in 2018, please. Please, don't be ashamed. How many of you? I'm expecting 20%. I'm expecting 20%. I only see 5. Impossible. If you are in a blockchain conference and there are 5 people, keep your hand up if you bought any utility token. Any utility token. Keep your hand up. Keep your hand up if you used the token in 2018. There is always one person in the room that keep their hand up, and I always put the disclaimer, not for trading. Not for trading. Do you know anyone that have used a utility token not for trading? Maybe, yeah, you know, maybe one. But I say, this technology that is supposed to change the world, solve the problem, remove poverty, completely rethink banking, is 10 years old, approximately. Smartphones, 12 years old. Smartphones, 4 billion users. Blockchain, How many users? Very few. Very, very few. Previous speakers say, huge use case of blockchain, 7,000 users. My town in the mountain of Italy is 9,000. Everyone was in for the Lambo, and my friend during lunch break said, I made a lot of money last year trading. Great, he admitted. It says, I do this for trading. Great, and he makes money, and he knows how it works. For all the others, hodling is the strategy to lose. Hold your currency, you lose money. Everyone was in for the Lamborghini. Nobody cared about the ecosystem that you promised that maybe you build next year. Nobody cared. STO. Now I'm going to put up 2 slides that are going to be useful, I think useful. Yeah, you can take pictures if you want. This is quite interesting. I divided into 3 types of STO. The bull, the bear, and the elephant. The bull is the one where tokens are linked to shares. The bear is the one where the tokens is linked to funds, money. And the third one is where the tokens are linked to assets, physical assets. The first one, tokens equal shares, you ask me, I tell you, is a bullshit. It's just nonsense. It's just peeling the sticker ICO away, put the sticker STO away. Who in the world will buy a non-backed digital asset of your shares of a startup with no technology and no value? Doesn't make any sense. It didn't have value before, it won't have value later. It will not have any value ever. You might find some in Singapore, say, Gundu investor, that put some money in it, hoping to triple his money. Once you run out of his money, you haven't built any use case. That's it. They will not put fuel in your company anymore. Your company is shut down. You move to the next business. It happened every day. Okay, I don't know this company. I have no idea who they are. But I go to websites like this where on one side says, what is it? On one side says security token, and on the other side say participate the ICO. That guy write me, connected with me last year. Can you help us to raise funds for an ICO? I say, no, I don't do ICO. He writes me again this year. He say, now we are doing an STO. I go to his website, soft cap 30 million, hard cap 300 million. I say, wow, the bar is at about 50 to 60. I say, wow, these guys are doing really well. Write him an email. I say, how did you manage to attract that amount of funds? He said, no, that's a display error on our website. We haven't started yet. And you go to but I have the decency of asking, how did you manage to attract that amount of funds? But others will say, wow, they're doing fantastically. Let me participate. FOMO, FOMO, FOMO. Let me get rich with them. Then there is the next one, the STO, where tokens are associated to funds. So the previous one to me is no-go. This one is okay, acceptable sometimes, but it's nothing new. Guess what? Every single thing that you have ever heard that you have to do with blockchain can be done without blockchain. Every single thing that you have heard can be done without blockchain. Blockchain is not a necessity. It's an agenda for many. They need to have blockchain implemented, but you can do anything that you want without blockchain. It's the same argument that there is one guy that is persecuting me on Twitter every day. He says, I can transfer you money, I can transfer you cryptocurrency real time at 0 cost. Yes, guess what? In order for me to accept your cryptocurrency, I have to create an account, transfer fiat into crypto, pay a fee, KYC, bear the risk of the volatility of your currency. Even if you try, and you have to do the same thing on your side. So you start from $100. You transform it in cryptocurrency. You transfer them to me. I exit the cryptocurrency into fiat, and I go to spend. It's no more 100. My best bet is less, actually, it's less than what I will get if I do it with Swift. It's less than what I will get if I do it with Swift. It's more expensive to transact in cryptocurrencies. Anyway, this is nothing new. The rates have been around forever, since 1960. Someone say, the banking system is, just now, the previous speaker said, on a system built in the 70s. Hey, guess what? The internet is built in 1964. There is nothing wrong with using our old technology that innovates. Nothing wrong. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. The rates have been working fine for a while in terms of investments. The third type of ICO, this is quite interesting slide. If you want to take a picture, I think this one is quite valuable. This is my own knowledge. I don't read from anyone else. I didn't read from anyone else. It's my own knowledge. I say, to me, STO linked or backed to physical asset makes sense if it fulfills two parameters. Can it be split? Can it be transported? The physical asset can be split, can be transported. For instance, if an asset can be split and transported, for example, wine, whiskey cask, there are a lot of whiskey funds now. It's physical, leave alone the whiskey fund, take the physical whiskey, the rare whiskey, which will be quite expensive. In that case, you can split it from a cask to bottles, and you can transport it. In that case, yes, it makes sense to make an STO, because you can buy it in advance. Second case, machinery. You can split the output, but you cannot transport. Currently, I'm involved in a STO, where the machinery is $15 million, is the size from this chair to the other chair. You don't want to transport it around, but you can output, and the output can be sold. The third type is cannot be split, but can be transported. Typical case, diamonds and precious metal. You cannot break them further, but you can move them around. Art is the other case, paintings. The last one, I think, is the most interesting of all, is the one where you cannot split it and you cannot transport it. Properties is a great example. Forestry is a great example. I used to live in the Middle East before. They have palm trees. Palm trees can be expensive, can be up to $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 per tree. They last 200 years, no problem, with very little water in the desert, no problem. When the government comes in, they are building a new highway, they buy 1,000 of them at a time. But how can I, from Singapore, invest into palm trees in Oman? I can't, unless I say, let me carry one back home to Singapore. I can't. So in that case, I think STO makes a lot of sense. Then a few more words on the X, and that's where if someone doesn't throw things at me, then I'm lucky today. But generally, the X that I think was the killer of the ICO, why nothing worked, and it doesn't work anymore, there will not be a recovery of ICO, and that's why 90% of the transaction, of the value of the cryptocurrency went so low, is the X, the exchange. You know, like everyone put the coin, put the chain at the end of the name, someone put the X in the name of the company. The exchanges are, I don't mean to be too harsh, but the cancer who killed the industry. The exchanges are, there are too many exchanges, and the belief that the exchanges are needed, in my opinion, especially in STO, is completely wrong. So I come across tweets like this. The guys say, mathematical scarcity beats perceived scarcity. No, 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 no. You get it 1,000,000 times wrong. Mathematical scarcity does not beat perceived scarcity. Perceived scarcity always wins. It's not mathematical. If I tell you, this is the only available token, it's the Vox token, my company token. It doesn't exist. You know? It's worth $1 million because there is only one. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. I tell you why, and it's not just my opinion. The emphasis here is on perceived. If you type priceless painting on Google, it comes up with the Nuit étoilée, Vincent van Gogh. If you type cheap painting, comes up with this one. What's the difference between these two? There is only one of each. It's mathematical scarcity. There is one piece of one piece of the other. One is priceless, the other one is valueless. But if I bring someone that doesn't know each of the two, which one would pick? It doesn't matter. It's perceived. It's all about perception. Same with Bitcoin. Why one is worth thousands of dollars and all the other are worth much less? Why one is worth thousands, the other one is worth cents? Perceived scarcity. It's not mathematical scarcity. How many ICOs say, we will generate demand for the tokens because we will have a limited issuance of the coins? No, it doesn't work. It didn't work. It will never work. And the exchange are in between, because the exchange can change your coin into any other coin. That's the killer. That's what killed. The wolves. And I'm also tired of hearing pitch of people going on stage say that Google and Facebook own your data, they own the world. They don't. Your data is worth statistically $289 a year. That's the average income of a person in Burundi in 1 year. So good luck. If you have if you sell your data, you can survive 1 year in Burundi. It doesn't matter if Facebook and Google have your data. I've been using emails for free for the past 15, 20 years. I've been using Facebook for free for the past 15 years. I never paid. But I managed to use their services. I store all my pictures there. But in the crypto industry, there are already the Facebook and the Google. And they are two big guys. Whether they are this one or another one, they organize Singapore, largest event in the world, now organized by these two. It's already a centralized system. It's got nothing to do with the premises that we had originally with cryptocurrencies and blockchain. My question for the intelligent audience is an exchangeless world still possible? And if you think so and you want to carry on the conversation with me on LinkedIn or on any other social media, #exchangeless and see where it brings. Thank you for your attention.